Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Shaun Stevenson. This is Shaun Stevenson Books. I'm the author of the Throne series, and this is episode number 2 of my quest for the 62 Goosebumps books. This is a button that I got from Zach at Shadyside Library, so go check out his channel to find out how you can get your very own Goosebumps button. So this series is all about trying to find the original 62 Goosebumps books in the wild. So I have been looking all over the place. I've been to Goodwills, I've been to thrift bookstores, I've been to used stores. I don't want to order any online. I want to find them all in the wild. So I've been all over the place. So let's take a look and see where I've been. Hey everybody, Shaun here again. So I am at a Goodwill. I'm gonna go see if I can find any Goosebumps books. We are on the hunt, the quest for the 62. Wow, that was really shaky cam. The quest for the 62. Wow, you can't really even see anything in my glasses. So the quest for the 62. We're gonna go look and see if we can find any Goosebumps books. So let's see what we can find. Okay, so I didn't find any Goosebumps books, but we're still on the quest. I did find some other stuff though that was kind of fun. So, you know, you can't beat it when it's like 99 cents a book. So found a few things, not everything I was looking for. Well, nothing that I was looking for. Just kind of some other things that was kind of fun though. So I'm gonna go get some food because I'm a little hungry and we'll see what happens next. Okay, so I'm super excited because I just left a bookstore and found a couple things. Now, I mainly was looking for some Goosebumps stuff, but I didn't find any. Crossing a street. I didn't find any Goosebumps stuff that I was looking for. They had a couple of Goosebumps books. One I don't have, The Return of the Mummy, but it was in the newer covers and I'm not really into getting those, so I decided to skip that one. But I thought I would grab a couple other things, and I found a Spooksville book. So yeah, not one of the original 62 that I'm looking for, but it is a book I'm on the hunt for now, and found some other fun things. So that was exciting, and it all came to only $8, all the stuff I got. So it's very exciting. All right, I'm off to another store, see if I can find any Goosebumps books. Let's go. So I think it's like the first time I've ever filmed without a hat on, but I'm back at McKay's looking for more of the original 62 Goosebumps books. We'll see if we can find any today. I've been kind of striking out lately. Been to a couple Goodwills, haven't found anything, so we'll see if we can find any. There's 19 more that I need, so let's go in and let's see what we can find in McKay. So, as you can tell, this has been a really difficult couple weeks of trying to find Goosebumps books in the wild. I did find one that I did not have yet, so I'm a little bit closer to having all 62 of the Goosebumps books. One closer, and actually I'm excited about the one I did find because it's like seems like a really good one. A lot of people love this one. It's on the top of their lists. So, which Goosebumps book did I add to my collection? That would be book number 36, The Haunted Mask 2. So I found this one. I was super excited because there were a bunch of different Goosebumps books there, but a lot of them were ones I already had when I was looking. So then I saw this one and I thought, yes, I do not have that one. So I grabbed it off the shelf as fast as I could. So I'm excited. I actually have never read this one. So it's one on my list that I've never read. I'm excited to read it, see what happens, and especially since it's a sequel. You know, there's only a few different sequels that are in the Goosebumps original 62. You have The Haunted Mask, you have Night of the Living Dummy, you have Monster Blood, but there's not a lot of other ones. So it'll be kind of interesting to read this one and see what happens after The Haunted Mask. I did find some other Goosebumps books too from other series, so I thought I would just show them to you real quick, the ones that I found, so I can get these on my shelves and like all put away. So first, I was intrigued by this one, and I'm going to save it for October for a Halloween read, but this is from the Goosebumps Most Wanted series, and this is special edition number 3, Trick or Trap. So I was kind of excited about this. I love a good themed, spooky middle grade book. So when it's like themed to a specific holiday, that's always a super fun to me. So I thought, well, you know what? I don't have this one. Let me go ahead and grab it. It was like $1. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get it. So here is Goosebumps Most Wanted, Trick or Trap. The other one I got was another Goosebumps Most Wanted, another special edition, and this time special edition number 2, and this is the 12 Screams of Christmas. So I'm excited about this one. I will say something that was interesting to me about these covers, and I don't exactly know why, except for one little thing, is that these books really made me think of Nickelodeon every time I looked at them. And I think it's because of that orange little mark down at the bottom corner. It's kind of like Nickelodeon orange, and of course you got the green and the Goosebumps, so it's kind of like the slime. So I just kept thinking about Nickelodeon the entire time I looked at these books. And then I was super excited about this. This is a really nice, I think, bind up. And so I'm excited to dive into this. I actually think I might read this edition of these books instead of the other ones. But I found a copy of the bind up of 30 Tales to Give You Goosebumps. So this is a collection of tales to give you goosebumps, more tales to give you goosebumps, and even more tales to give you goosebumps. So it has all 3 of those books collected here, and I'm super excited to read this one because I love a good spooky mystery anthology, story anthology kind of thing. So I'm excited to read this and see what the stories are like in this, because I know some of the TV episodes are based off of stories from these Tales to Give You Goosebumps. So I'm super excited to read this and see what it's like and dive into these short stories, because I do love a good short story. And then the last one I found that I was super excited to find, because this one, I always have been going to the Choose Your Own Adventure section. So I found a Give Yourself Goosebumps book, because the Choose Your Own Adventure section sometimes has some things that people don't always go over to look for. So now you all know to go look at those sections at used bookstores. But I was super excited to find this one because it's a higher up number in the Give Yourself Goosebumps. And I know the higher up you go, the harder they are to find. And I found this one in the wild for $1. Which book am I talking about? I'm talking about book number 28, Night of a Thousand Claws. So I love these Give Yourself Goosebumps stories. They're that choose your own adventure style. So you go from page to page. It gives you choices, things like that. And so this one looks like a lot of fun. And this is my highest number in the series of Give Yourself Goosebumps that I now have. I don't love the new covers compared to the old ones. I actually really like the foil on the old ones a lot better. I think they're a lot better looking than this. This is very much a 2000s kind of look in my opinion. And so I don't really love it, but it's another Give Yourself Goosebumps. So it's going on the shelf, of course. And then in my quest of searching for all 62 of the Goosebumps books, I'm also reading them. And I read another Goosebumps book, which I do have a full review of this book on the channel, but I thought I'd talk about it briefly here because I've had some evolving thoughts about it. And I actually was thinking about sharing a few spoiler thoughts about this book. This is book number 47, Legend of the Lost Legend. Now this one, I picked it up because there's no TV show episode of this book. So I thought, okay, right there, that'll be super interesting because I want to read some more stories that I don't know anything about them. Even though some of the TV episodes are different from some of the books, a lot of them have the final twist is the same, that sort of thing. So I really wanted to read this because it was outside that normal section of Goosebumps stories that I really know pretty well from the TV show. So I went ahead and read this one. And I didn't like it very much. This book has a lot of issues, in my opinion. It feels like R.L. Stine was just kind of writing. Oh, well, maybe we'll do that. Oh, we could do this. Oh, we could do that. I think he knew where he wanted to end it, and I think that the ending works really well. I actually think the ending is very good. But then I don't think the middle part... The middle part is not good. It is very bad. So I'm going to get to some spoilers now. So if you do not want any spoilers for this book, go ahead and skip ahead a couple minutes to the very end where I wrap things up. But if you are okay with some spoilers or you've already read this, stick around for a moment because I'm going to talk spoilers. Okay, this is your last warning. Don't come at me in the comments if you stayed till now because you have been warned. All right, let's talk some spoilers about Legend of the Lost Legend. Now, this book, one of the things that I thought about that was interesting and I thought was really great was at the very beginning, the dad is telling the two kids a story where the two kids get lost. They're in Antarctica. They're searching for this like mystical blue walrus, which I actually thought that is the Goosebumps book we should have had. Where was that book? Let's do this. I didn't realize we were doing something different until I suddenly realized, wait a minute. This part is not in first person. Usually R.L. Stine always writes in first person, like with I did this or I went there. And this was Justin, Marissa, and there was no I. And so I kept thinking, wait a minute, what's going on here? This is different. What's happening? And then I realized, oh, we're telling a story. The dad's telling them this story. So that's how this is structured, the setup. Now what's interesting is the dad doesn't know how to finish the story. He gets lost. He's lost, doesn't know what to say, doesn't know where to take the story, and that mirrors the very end of this book, where when they finally get the lost legend, there is a curse associated with the lost legend. Whoever has the lost legend will be lost forever. And so this dad who has normally retold stories, his famous books as an author are all stories that he has collected and retold. He's finally telling his own story, and he's lost in that story with the blue walrus, and then he's lost in real life after finding the lost legend. And so I thought, oh, that's really great. Like, that's really well done. There could be an illusion in the middle to where Justin and Marissa are lost in this fantasy woods, looking around, trying to find where to go. And that could fit. However, the middle section of this book with Luca creating all these things and these automatons and like the wind-up Viking girl, I just kept thinking, this is really nonsensical. How does this all work? Where is all this stuff stored? How do you keep track of this thing? How do you make sure that these like giant cats that are like robots, maybe, don't leave the area that they're in? There's just no rhyme or reason to it. It doesn't make sense. What's also interesting to me is at the end, Luca accidentally gives them a different treasure, the eternal egg of truth. And I kept thinking, that's very interesting. I'm curious if there's supposed to be something going on there with that, but I can't figure out what it is. It just felt so random all the way around. The whole book, the middle part, it just was too random. The setup was great. I think the atmosphere at the beginning and the very end are really good. Like meeting the monks that had the lost legend, like that was so creepy and so well done, and I really loved it. That part was great. But I just kept thinking, oh, the rest of this is just garbage. It's not good. So for a fuller, in-depth review of this book, check out my review on the channel. I definitely did not rate it very high, but you'll have to go check out that video to see what I rated it. So I'm one step closer to having all 62 of the Goosebumps books, getting so close. So close. I can't wait to have them all and read them all because I'm really loving the Goosebumps. I love the Goosebumps books. They're a lot of fun. I never actually read any when I was a kid, but now I'm reading them and highly enjoying them. I think it even brings back some of that nostalgia for me just from reading it now from a book series that came out when I was a kid. So it's been a lot of fun. So until next time, everybody, keep reading. Bye.